Buy a smartphone with GoPhone and get one free when you activate required lines of service and both devices on a qualifying rate plan with a $45 refill. AT&T, mobilizing your world. Offer ends May 31st, 2016. Valid on select phones at AT&T company-owned stores, which require new line of service on purchased phone, and participating authorized retail stores, which require new lines of service on both. Both phones require minimum $45 per month rate plan and $45 refill at time of sale in same transaction. Free phone must be equal or lesser value. See store for details.
Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
How you doing, folks? And thank you for tuning in with me once again to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And of course, folks, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. This is episode number 278. For all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and if you haven't already done so, folks, please spread it around like wildfire that True Capitalist Radio is live 4 p.m. Central Standard Time every Monday through Friday right here, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost, all right? All right, we got all kinds of buttons right in front of you, right next to you in the player right there, all right? Go ahead. You got Facebook like buttons, retweet this button, social media buttons. Use and abuse those buttons, baby, all right? It's just a freaking click, all right? And once again, folks, if you haven't already done so, please follow me on Twitter. The Twitter name to follow is PoliticsGhost. All one word, no underscores. PoliticsGhost is the name to follow on Twitter, folks, all right? And let me tell you something. Before I get started in this broadcast, I want to give my sincerest apologies to everybody who unfortunately heard the live broadcast, episode number 277, which was yesterday's broadcast, Memorial Day. I want to say my apologies. I just went a little off keister, obviously. I let, some of these troll terrorists and cyber vermin get the best of yours truly out here, and I cracked up a little bit, was cursing like a sailor, that sort of thing. I want to say my apologies, for going off keister. All right, I'm a little embarrassed, to say the least, for Christ's sake. So what we're going to do here is we're going to lay off the beer for a little bit, to be completely honest with you, because I think that had a little bit of a contributing factor to the unfortunate episode literally yesterday. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to move on from that, and I'm not going to let these goddamn troll terrorists and cyber vermin, try to ruin the broadcast, all right? You understand that? I'm not going to let them ruin the broadcast at all. All right? So once again, folks, I want to thank you all for tuning in with me. I'm just going to apologize one more time. My apologies, episode 277. My apologies, folks. My freaking apologies. I mean, Jesus Christ, all right? And look, I had a whole bunch of troll terrorists, to be completely honest with you, talking about Viet fucking Nam. And look, I don't want to talk about that, especially on Memorial Day. And I thought that they were disrespecting the troops. I thought they were disrespecting veterans. I thought these stupid, dumb, despicable, filthy, troll terrorist bastards were spitting on the lives of those that were lost, preserving the integrity of the American way. And I just lost it, just to say the least, folks. I lost it, all right? Anyway, now that we got that out of the way, folks, let's go ahead and put that in the past. Let's put that behind me, for Christ's sake. I want to say thank you for tuning in with me. Let's go ahead and get right started with the broadcast, shall we? Donald Trump came out today with a press conference. I don't know if you saw it, folks, but basically he came out and basically itemized where all the money went during that veterans fundraising speech that he gave instead of attending one of those Fox News debates. This was one of the ones of the debates that he abstained from, did not go to, and instead decided to have a veterans a speech to raise money for veterans. And, folks, he raised almost $6 million. And because they haven't been able to basically get any dirt on Donald Trump that'll stick, I mean, he's literally the Teflon candidate, baby, all right? They are trying to delve into the fact that, where exactly did all the money go to? What happened? You raised $6 million. I mean, where did all the money go to? Well, folks, Trump was just completely disgusted at the damn hit pieces that were coming out against him as it relates to this fundraising for veterans. So he decided to have a press conference today and basically lay it down on the line to the mainstream media and basically laying it down where all the money went, to which groups, to which projects, so on and so forth. All right? And let me tell you something, he basically itemized it and basically read the damn freaking riot act to the freaking media. I'm serious, man, read the riot act, made them feel like freaking four-eyed, freckle-faced, beaten stepchildren. All right, they didn't even know what to say. They were trying to get combative with Trump, and of course Trump was like, hey, excuse me, hey, let me tell you something. I'm out here, I'm raising money for veterans. I'm giving almost $6 million. It's probably going to surpass $6 million because people are continuing to send money. And I'm being ridiculed. I mean, we live in a day and age where I'm raising money for veterans, and I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart out here, and you disgusting liberal slimebag media are trashing me, are giving hit pieces out on me as it relates to this. And he literally read them the riot act, and I thought that he was within his moral, ethical, and legal right to do so, to be honest with you. And, of course, the media didn't, they didn't appreciate that very much. They didn't like the fact that they were being scolded because they were just called out for being disgusting, filthy liars. And I'm telling you, folks, it was a great speech. And let me tell you, I want to reinforce what Donald Trump had said in that speech. The mainstream media are filthy, disgusting liars. Don't believe a word they say. They are just put there to entertain you. That's entertainment news. That is not a legitimate source of information, unbiased information, facts. They are there to keep you glued on the boob tube so that you can stay there and watch the advertising so that their talking head comes back on and you sit there and regurgitate the talking points that have been put forth by the state, folks. Because let's be honest with you, a lot of the garbage that we're being spewed on out here in the CNNs and the MSNBCs out here is basically being given out by our government. All right, let's be honest. It's documented. It's all over the internet. All kinds of people have written about it. All right, it is legal to do. Our government is giving these pieces, these media people pieces to do subjects on. They're giving them propaganda. They're airing it, for Christ's sake. They're giving them talking points. I mean, this is factual. If you don't believe me, you're on the internet. Do a goddamn search for yourself there, Milky Liquor. These are the most dishonest pieces of crap on the face of the planet, the mainstream media. And I'm glad they're dying because we don't need them anymore, all right? We don't need them anymore. We've got the day and age of the internet, although let me tell you, folks, these totalitarians, they're coming after the internet. They're already coming after it, folks. What did I tell you? What did I tell you, folks? While you guys were out here playing with your pecker shafts, looking at cartoons, while you're out there tickling your bunghole, trying to look for some social media love interest, for Christ's sake, you had these government totalitarian institutions incrementally bringing in censorship, just bringing in all kinds of totalitarian tactics on the internet. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. But once again, folks, all right, I am glad that the candidate Donald Trump and is soon to be the American president is scolding this lying, disgusting, filthy media. They're liars, all of them. All they do is try to suggest things to you. They try to give you talking points so that you can regurgitate them amongst your stupid little social circles to make yourself feel better, to make yourself feel smarter, to make yourself feel that you're cultured and educated. That's all those dumbasses on the talking head, mainstream media are there to do. Just spit you out regurgitated garbage so that you can go out and regurgitate it to the world. That's all there is to it, man. That's all there is to it. And I'm glad Donald Trump not only came out and showed the itemized where the money went of the raised funds during that veterans speech when he abstained from the debates. I'm glad he gave out and read every organization. He even had a drill sergeant, ex-retired drill sergeant, come on stage and basically go off on the liberal media and told the disgusting, filthy liberal media to stop using veterans as political pawns, for Christ's sake. They're sick of it. They're just utterly sick of it, for Christ's sake, man. And you know what's sad? And Donald Trump alluded to this as well. You know, I don't hear how much Hillary Clinton gave to the veterans. How much has Hillary Clinton gave to the veterans? Moreover, Donald Trump didn't necessarily have to do this at all. He did this out of the goodness of his heart, all right? He did this out of his own free will, out of his own goodwill, for Christ's sake, and he's being ridiculed for it. You know what I mean? He's being bastardized for it, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, how is that supposed to perpetuate goodwill, good giving, if somebody goes out and raises the money and gives it to the people and gives it to the charities that he says he was going to? How is that going to motivate anybody if they're going to be ridiculed for it? Moreover, folks, in this speech, Donald Trump emphasized, and this is a very important key point in my opinion, because this is where these goddamn idiots in the mainstream media were trying to get hit pieces. $0, absolute no money was used for, quote, administrative costs. All right? And let me tell you, Donald Trump made an emphasis of that. $0 on administrative costs. And let me tell you, why don't you take a look at your favorite charity that you think is so great and take a look at how much administrative costs are incurred in that organization. Do you understand that? I'm serious, folks. I mean, the majority of your donations, your charity, is going into the pockets of these nonprofit bureaucrats. And that's why you folks need to be very aware, all right? Very aware of who you're giving your money to. And that's why it took so long to compile this list, this itemized list for Donald Trump on where all that money went. He went out and vetted. He vetted these organizations. He wasn't just going to give out almost $6 million to a bunch of people with their hands out here. All right? I mean, there's a lot of scams, a lot of, disgusting, filthy nonprofit organizations that are utilizing the veterans or the label of the veterans to try to, line their pockets via nonprofits. And that's what he was doing. He was vetting these damn organizations, and he vetted them, and once they were vetted, he donated the money. So let me tell you, once again, before I move on to the next subject matter, Donald Trump had a great press conference, scolds the media, man, scolds them like freaking stupid little school children that they are. Liars. They're all liars. Always remember that. Mainstream media, liars, 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 liars. Soulless, filthy liars. Propagandist, filthy liars, mainstream media, disgusting, filthy, pathetic, loser liars. Remember that. Stick that in your goddamn noggin for a little bit, all right? Mainstream media, slimy, disgusting, seat-sniffing, pickled prick liars. All right? Turkey, tit, phallic, fluffer, belch-breathing liars. All right? They're liars. And I'm glad he scolded them and put the damn record straight, boy. You understand? I'm glad he put the record straight. Anyway, folks, I mean, as much as I want to continue to talk about Donald Trump, I mean, what's unraveling over there on the left wing of the political persuasion is just that much more, fun to talk about. I'm taking lots of pleasure on seeing what's going on the Democratic side. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm laughing. I'm lolling here. I'm lolling at what is happening on the Democratic side, all right? First and foremost, Hillary Clinton is all in California, folks. I don't know if you know this. All in. I think Brown, the governor, just barely endorsed her, for Christ's sake, and he was tentative in that regard. But now that Hillary Rodham Clinton has that endorsement, maybe she's got enough ballot stuffers to possibly pull this one off. I don't know. But I'm going to be completely honest with you. This is all in for Hillary Rodham Clinton. All in. If she loses this primary, that is it. And as I've stated time and time again, ever since I came back on this broadcast, I stated that if Hillary Rodham Clinton does not solidify the goddamn Democratic nomination for president, they are not going to put in Bernie Sanders, idiots. They're not going to put in Doc Brown. They're not going to do it, all right? They're not going to put this ex-communist, current socialist, whatever the hell this idiot is, as their candidate. That's why they've got Joe Biden in the damn wings, for Christ's sake. They've been prepping him up. They've been putting him in the media. You know, they've been making sure that his name has been swirling around out there. I believe, I've said it's 85% chance. I think it's even higher if Hillary Rodham Clinton completely loses this damn California primary, that Joe Biden is going to come in and usurp the nomination. Now, I've been saying that ever since I came back on this broadcast. Now, once again, last week, we heard one Bernie Sanders talking about it would be a mistake if the Democrats decide that they're going to go with Joe Biden instead of me, Bernie Sanders, as the Democrats nominee. It'll be a revolution. I'm going to become Che Guevara. I'm going to make these kids that I promised free college. I'm going to make them go loco, and you've never seen it before. So he basically alluded to the fact that it would be a mistake if the Democrats decide to bring in Joe Biden as a white knight candidate, folks. And why would he even suggest that? How would he even know that, huh? Woo! Like I always say, baby, the prognosticator of prognosticators strikes again. And I'm telling you, even if Hillary Rodham Clinton in this all-in feat to try to get the damn California primary, even if she loses, I'm telling you this right now, Bernie Sanders will not be the Democrat nominee. He could care less. And look, even though he's been going a little bit at Hillary Rodham Clinton's jugular to a certain extent, all right, one thing that he has not pounced on is the Hillary Clinton email scandal, which of course makes me believe once again that this man is not serious in wanting to become the Democratic nominee. I don't believe that he's serious. All right, I thought he was at first, all right, but I believe that he's trying to, run some kind of a, cordial Democratic campaign. If not, I don't know what he's doing, but he should be hitting her hard right now on this email scandal. I mean, this woman, did you hear her new excuse for why she has this whole email controversy? Oh, well, Secretary Powell, he did the same thing. No, you dumb broad. Secretary Powell sent out a few emails in, Gmail, I believe it was, and this was at the infancy of the integration of IT technologies into government, all right? First and foremost. Secondly, he did not have his own private email server where he stored classified information like you did, Hillary Rodham. I mean, do you see how this broad is trying to spin the narrative, for Christ's sake? She's shameless. She's soulless. She knows what she's done. And I'm telling you, if there is not an indictment that happens before the Democratic nomination, there will be at least the information that the FBI has accumulated being released to the public, which I believe will even be more damning, in my personal opinion. And even if there is an indictment, have you read the recent Rasmussen poll? The latest Rasmussen poll, all right, states that 71% of Democrats would rather Hillary Rotten Clinton continue the damn presidential campaign even if she's indicted. I mean, that's how desperate the Democrats are, for Christ's sake. They don't believe in a Joe Biden. They're not going to put their goddamn whole eggs in a freaking Doc Brown 75-year-old prostate-infected bastard. Come on. 71% of Democrats still would rather Hillary run and continue to run as the DNC presidential nominee even if she's indicted. That's just disgusting. That just goes to show you how sick and soulless and pathetic these liberals, these Democrats all are. And that's why if I find out that anybody that I'm affiliated with is Democrat or liberal, I don't want to have nothing to do with these pieces of crap. I don't want to have nothing to do with them. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to see them. I don't want to be nice to them. I don't want to walk around them. I don't want to do nothing. Just get out. You people are soulless. You're idiots. You're mindless. You're self-absorbed in bad lighting, for Christ's sake. You're cookie cutters. You're followers. You're disgusting. 71% of Democrats would still want Hillary Rotten Clinton to continue running even if she's indicted. Give me a break. Give me a goddamn break. But even with that, folks, I'm telling you, you can see the ripping apart that's happening right before our very eyes of the Democratic Party. They're splintering, all right? Just exactly as I wanted. Just exactly as I predicted. And, folks, I know there's a lot of people, believe me. I know that people think that Operation Barrel Roll is some kind of a, made-up operation. Folks, there are a lot of people partaking in this, and they're making a legitimate impact within the social conscience, within the digital ramifications of Bernie Sanders, Democrats, and Hillary Clinton. Do you understand this? And that's why I'm saying, folks, we are trying to add fuel to that fire. We are trying to add fuel to that fire. We are trying to make sure that these damn Democrats eat each other. You understand? That's the whole objective. All right? They either, cancel each other's votes out, or they get so disenchanted by the goddamn disarray and the ugliness of the campaign that they don't even show up to the goddamn polls, baby. Woo! I'm telling you, baby, Operation Barrel Roll. I'm telling you, baby, come on. Go out there, and if you haven't already done so, if you are a part of the capitalist army or if you're a part of the Trump train, get yourself a social media account under the moniker Bernie Army. Under the moniker Bernie Army. And when you do so, just start delving out propaganda, news articles that are completely against the Democratic establishment, that are completely against Hillary Rotten Clinton, that are completely against Joe Biden, and just rip the establishment to shreds, for Christ's sake. I'm telling you, folks, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. We're playing political games here, baby. This is games, baby. Troll games. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing here. We're playing games. We're playing games. Do you see it? Do you feel it? Operation Barrel Roll. And don't you ever forget it, boy. Operation Barrel Roll, boy. Don't you ever forget it, baby. Jesus Christ, before I get off keister here, once again, Hillary Rotten Clinton's new excuse, Secretary Colin Powell, he did it too. No, he did not, you stupid broad. All right, he sent out a few Gmail. This is at the point, folks, when Colin Powell was coming into the damn administration and the Secretary of State cabinet seat. This was at the point when IT's information technology was being integrated into government. I mean, this is not how it is today, where it's so integrated that you can't communicate without having several forms of information. because everybody now, with communication and with the ease of communication, it gives us a little bit better productivity. The problem is that the comparison that Hillary Rodham Clinton is trying to make to Colin Powell is completely moot. Colin Powell did not have his own private email server in his own home so that he can basically have his State Department classified documented mail to be mailed to his own private server. And look, I've read a story here this weekend that this server didn't even have a goddamn passcode. It didn't even have a passcode. So once again, folks, this goes to show you now that this report comes out, and I read it, and I actually retweeted that. Go back to my Twitter timeline, Politics Ghost, all one word, no underscores. If Hillary Clinton basically had all her emails going through this private email server, and that includes classified documents, it is admitted in this IG report that she was doing it because she was trying to basically not have any kind of Freedom of Information Act requests and trying to avoid those requests by utilizing this private email server protocol. All right? And once again, folks, this, if she didn't have a freaking passcode on that server, I have always alluded to the fact that it was of my opinion that if you take a look at where all the money has come from as it relates to the donations to Hillary Rodham Clinton's presidential account, her political account, let's put it that way, you take a look at all the money that has been put into the Clinton Foundation, the Clinton Global Initiative, and all these other foundations, and you take a look at who is giving these people the money. And then you start to understand why exactly this woman is putting classified documents in an unsecured private server with no passcode. I'm telling you, in my personal opinion, folks, I believe that Hillary Rodham Clinton put classified documents in that server on purpose as kind of a reciprocated payment for the donations that have been put forth in her campaign from foreign entities and into the Clinton Foundation and the Clinton Global Initiative from foreign entities, foreign governments. All right, I'm talking China, I'm talking Saudi Arabia, I'm talking Qatar, the United Arab Emirates. All right, I'm talking these people. All right? So that's what I have always alluded to, in my opinion, Hillary Rodham Clinton was doing with that private email server. I don't think that she was trying, of course she may as well have been trying to avoid the Freedom of Information Act, but folks, come on. All right? Come on. This server had no passcode, for Christ's sake. She would take it down because she knew it was hacked. She failed to report these hacks. Come on. She needs to be indicted. Do you understand this? She needs to be indicted, and she should be in prison. And going back to Bernie Sanders, I'm bringing up all these issues here, bringing up all these facts. Why isn't Bernie Sanders hitting Hillary Rodham Clinton like this? He could literally solidify California by putting out advertising and pumping the idea that, hey, Hillary Rodham Clinton's a goddamn criminal. She's lying, and she's sticking to her lie. But no, he's not doing that. Bernie Sanders is not doing that. And it's been my opinion as well that Bernie Sanders came in as a ringer. Now that he's become a legitimate foe for Hillary Rodham Clinton, I believe that there are internal Democratic factions that are encouraging him, if not trying to funnel money into his campaign to encourage him to keep going so that he can basically nullify the political significance or any remaining political capital left in the Hillary Rodham Clinton campaign so that the Democrats could justify a Joe Biden usurping of the Democratic nomination. And I believe if this happens, I believe that Bernie Sanders has a vice presidential spot in a Joe Biden administration. I believe this is all cordoned up. I believe this is what's happening right now, folks. I don't just pull this out of my derriere. I've got peeps on the inside. I know people, or I'm a businessman, for Christ's sake, all right? Anyway, as I've suggested, folks, what Hillary Rotten Clinton has done is treasonous, all right? President Bryan, I'm looking at the Twitter out here, says that not even prison ghosts, they still hang people for high treason. And let me tell you, if it comes out, and look, the FBI should know. The FBI should be the one that knows, all right? But in my personal opinion, this particular situation sounds to me like she was basically putting classified information out there so that these entities that have been funneling millions upon millions of dollars into her Clinton Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, into her campaign contribution account can be paid back to a certain extent. I mean, they're not just giving her that money for nothing, baby. They're not just giving her that money for nothing, boy. Woo! You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I believe that this is what's happening, and let me tell you, it is treasonous. It sounds disgusting, and it's not above the Clintons. Remember, the Clintons, y'all remember that Los Alamos spy situation back in the 90s? If y'all don't remember that, why don't you go look that up, huh? I mean, that whole situation was a cover-up for the Clintons, President Bill Clinton, okay, President Bill Clinton, selling secrets to China. I'm talking nuclear secrets. All right, there's a reason why China is such a formidable foe at this point in time with all kinds of hardcore weapons of massive destruction artillery. I mean, old Bill Clinton gave it to him, boy. I mean, go look back. It's on the I mean, I'm sure you could find it somewhere on the internet, for Christ's sake. I mean, there was a Los Alamos scientist out there that was a Chinese spy, and everybody knew it. So give me a goddamn break. Moreover, you had Bill Clinton renting out the Lincoln bedroom to, any, ping pong pang from goddamn China that paid him $1 million or something. I'm not joking. This was all real. This is how these people put money in their pockets. They're filthy. They're disgusting. They don't care about the country. You think Hillary and Bill Clinton care about the country? They care about their own freaking pocketbooks. They care about their own power. That's why when you take a look at the trail of bodies that have fallen, just being associated with the Clintons, man, it's just disgusting. It's pathetic. I mean, why do you think that even Donald Trump conjured up the memory of one Vince Foster, the precarious so-called suicide of Vince Foster? Give me a break. Everybody knows that these people are corrupt, they're sick, and yet 71% of Democrats will still want Hillary Rotten Clinton to run for president, even if she's indicted. Stupid, man. And moreover, folks, I'm on a sidebar. Saudi Arabia is a real big contributor to this particular campaign. I wanted to talk about this, and I didn't put this on the agenda, but I read a great article off Bloomberg News. It was basically an article that outlined that through a Freedom of Information Act request, Bloomberg, and let me give the appropriate credit to the journalist that was the one that went to this extent to find this out. Hold on, I'm getting it. Can you get it for me, engineer, for Christ's sake? I'm busy here, for Christ's sake. All right. Andrea Wong from Bloomberg News broke this story. Now, through investigative work, we have found out, folks, through the Freedom of Information Act. That's why the Freedom of Information Act is so goddamn important. Everybody talks about who owns America's foreign debt. Everybody talks about China. Everybody talks about England. There's a lot of names that come about as it relates to who owns the majority of America's debt, folks. And let me tell you, in this article, and I'm only going to surmise it because I'd rather people go and read the article from the original journalist who broke this story. But because of this Freedom of Information Act request, this journalist was able to unearth the fact that the biggest secret that the Treasury Department has been keeping for 41 years is the fact that Saudi Arabia is the biggest holder of America's debt. The biggest holder of America's debt. And that has been a secret for 41 years until now. Now, let me explain to you why that was secret, okay? Let me tell you why that was secret. 41 years ago, we had that OPEC boycott, that embargo. Do y'all remember that? Because the United States sided with Israel during that war. I forgot what it was. I forgot which war it was, but Israel invaded a country, I believe. I don't want to get into the history of Israeli wars and whatnot, but anyway, a response to the United States siding with Israel in this particular war 41 years ago, OPEC decided that it was going to, put an embargo on America for oil. And that's when the days when it was this frenzy. They were waiting lines miles long to gas up their cars because no one knew when gas was going to be available again, so on and so forth. And old Dick Nixon was, a little concerned about the situation at hand. So he sent, some people that were recruited by the Department of Treasury to go out there and strike a deal with the Saudi Arabian royal family, no matter what costs, okay? Now, what this guy did, the person, and of course you can get the names of the characters and whatnot in the article, what they did is they went to the Saudi Arabian royal family and said, let's make a deal. Now, what they did was they said that, look, we have the petrodollar, all right? All the money that you have that you are obtaining through the world markets through the sale of your oil, the long-term investment to solidify that money for the long term would be best if you put it in America's debt. That America will always be a safe haven for your money. That your money will always be safe in America's bonds. All right? Now, in this particular deal, in which, they somehow brokered a deal, I don't want to discuss the whole extent of the article. I'd like for you all to read it if you all are interested. In this deal, the Saudis eventually gave into the fact that they would go ahead and purchase a whole bunch of United States debt. As a matter of fact, that's how they were able to accumulate most of it. They are the largest holder of U.S. debt. So it's no coincidence why, when we would see George Bush, have the Saudi king come to America, this guy was holding his hands and kissing his ass. I mean, the same thing with Obama. These people are the biggest holders of America's debt. All right, this is why they are threatening that if the 28 pages are released as it relates to the 9/11 report, the redacted 28 pages, that basically implicates the Saudi Arabia's role in the 9/11 attacks, they are going to sell. They are going to sell America's debt. And let me tell you, now that this secret, and the reason it was secret is because this deal that was struck 41 years ago, when they agreed to purchase this debt, they purchased this at a newly created bond investment called add-on. It's an add-on, all right? So this way the United States could cook the books to the government accounting office and to the American people to disguise the fact that the Saudi Arabian royal family held the majority of America's debt. You understand? And the reason they did this is because that's the only way Saudi Arabia was going to purchase the debt. And because of that deal, they lifted the embargo. Saudi Arabia has been basically bitching us around ever since then for the past 41 years. And it's not just exclusively because of the oil. It's because they own the majority of our debt. They own more debt. They own more of our debt than any other country. And this has been a secret for 41 years. And with this add-on financial instrument, this add-on bond financial instrument, they were able, and I'm talking to the Department of Treasury, to cook the books to make it seem as if the debt that was being held, America's debt that was being held, it was being held by the general Middle Eastern countries like Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, a cumulative of countries, when it was not the case that Saudi Arabia holds they're the most debt holder. They hold the majority of our debt. It's disgusting. It's been a secret. All right? It's been a secret. And I strongly advise people to go ahead and look at this article on Bloomberg by Andrea Wong. Excellent piece. I'm just tipping the iceberg there because I don't want to give away the piece. She worked hard on it, so on and so forth. But I didn't mean to digress with that, folks. The only reason I did is because who is the one, who are the people, who are the entities that are donating to the Clinton Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, Clinton's campaign? I mean, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, China, I mean, the usual suspects. And for this woman to have a private server where she was putting classified documents on a server that had no goddamn password, it seems to me she was putting them there on purpose. She was putting them there so that, like the old Los Alamos situation that Bill Clinton did when he sold nuclear secrets to China in the 90s, plausible deniability, she could go ahead and claim that crap. It'd probably be the last straw, the last defense mechanism before she's tried for treason. I'm telling you, folks, I mean, you need to do your homework, and this is why, don't mean to digress again, that's why I say that Bernie Sanders is not for real. I mean, he has not hit one time on a legitimate basis, he has not hit Hillary Clinton on this email scandal. I tell you, if he would just spend at least a 20% more effort than he is now on harping, no pun intended, on the damn email scandal of Hillary Rotten Clinton, he would be able to clinch this damn California goddamn primary hands down. But I believe that he does not want to do that. He's being put in there to delegitimize politically Hillary Rotten Clinton so that Joe Biden can come in as the white knight, save the day, usurp the nomination from Hillary Rotten Clinton, and come in and be the big white hope for Black Lives Matter and Bernie Sanders. I mean, give me a break. You couldn't make this crap up, man. What is this, a political cartoon? A political comic book? I mean, what is this crap? And before I move on to another subject matter, did y'all see Bernie Sanders giving a speech? I believe it was in Oakland, if I'm not mistaken. He was out there in front of City Hall, and he gets rushed. They try to rush the stage to try to get to Bernie Sanders, and apparently it was an animal rights activist. I don't know why they're going after Bernie. I don't know what the hell. I thought that Bernie was on your side. I don't know. You see how these liberals are eating each other, huh? Operation Barrel Roll, baby. Anyway, they try to rush the stage. The Secret Service, get in front of Bernie Sanders and try to whisk him away a little bit. I don't know if you saw it. Bernie Sanders looked a little flustered, for Christ's sake. And then, once they took the perpetrators away, he got back on the microphone and said, "We don't intimidate very easily." Oh, get out of here. I bet you he wet his diaper as soon as the damn Secret Service was like, "Hey, come over here, Bernie, come on." I bet you the first thing that came across Bernie Sanders' mind was, "Goddamn those Clintons. They're coming after me. The Clintons. Don't Vince Foster me, you bastard. Don't Vince Foster me, you bastard. Don't Ron Brown me, you bastard." I'm serious. I think that's the first thing that came through his mind. Anyway, on top of that speech of, the Secret Service having to get involved, I'm serious. It was like a Trump-like situation. You remember when Trump got rushed by that stupid idiot whose mother is actually in charge of the Department of Transportation in Atlanta or something, that was appointed by the Atlanta mayor or some crap? A bureaucrat's son. A bureaucrat's son. But you remember that asshole who tried to rush the stage it was Ohio? It's the same kind of scenario that happened. But it was animal rights activists, for Christ's sake, trying to go after Bernie prostate-infected Sanders. I mean, good God. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, while Bernie Sanders was in front of City Hall talking garbage about the 1%, and how you don't know what it's like to be poor, you don't know what it's like to be black, you don't know what it's like to not have a... Shut up! somehow Bernie Sanders got tickets, and they were pretty goddamn good tickets, if I don't say so myself, to the sold-out Game 7 NBA playoffs between the Golden State Warriors and the Oklahoma City Thunder. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, I guess the 1% suck until they could give you those grade A seats, Bernie. I bet you didn't pay a dime. You stupid, hypocritical, pathetic, prostate-infected, Doc Brown look-alike bastard. I mean, give me a break. Did y'all see Bernie Sanders, for Christ's sake? He was sitting there enjoying the game. I mean, those tickets were probably like $20,000. I'm not joking around. I mean, that's how freaking. It was Game 7. Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals, man. Whoever won this game goes to the finals with dumbass, balding LeBron James.
Sarah figured out that by switching to Metro PCS, she gets 2 free smartphones.
Your barbecue ribs are the best.
Take the rest home with you, Sarah.
Just like she figured out that by visiting her in-laws, she doesn't have to cook for the rest of the week. You too figure it out. Get 2 free 4G LTE smartphones from top brands like Samsung and LG after instant rebate when you switch. Metro PCS. Wireless. Figure it out. Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included. See store or metropcs.com for details and terms and conditions.
But Bernie Sanders found some, huh? Bernie Sanders found some tickets. Hey, I'm going to go see the Golden State Warriors. I'm going to go see the Thunder. What do they call the Oklahoma City Thunder? Because I'm Bernie Sanders, and I can do that. I can also drive a Tesla. I can do what I want because you people, you keep donating to my campaign, and as long as I'm campaigning, I can write this off on my campaign contribution account, you stupid bastards. I mean, it's as simple as that, folks. I mean, that's the game of politics, all right? So, you know, all you Bernie Sanders fans that think that this man is somehow the second coming, you're a stupid moron, all right? You're a stupid, pathetic moron. Anyway, folks, the United States is issuing a terrorist attack warning for Europe. So let me tell you, they're already setting a preamble that there's going to be some terrorist actions in Europe, folks. And if the United States is putting this out, there should be possible a substantial threat that is leading to this public outcry to those that are traveling abroad to be very careful and to dissuade them from going to Europe because of a potential intelligence gathering that suggests there's going to be multiple attacks, not just one attack, but it suggests that there could be possible multiple attacks. It's going to target public venues. Targets include the soccer championship in France, folks. All right, now let me tell you something right now. In my personal opinion, if these so-called terrorists are able to make it through all the security checkpoints and whatnot and able to go into the soccer championship and be able to commit any kind of damage or atrocity, they were meant to be there, all right? Now, I don't know if y'all folks remember the Paris shootings, the mass shootings in Paris. Well, the guy that was in the theater, the group, what was it, the Eagles of Death Metal, I think that's what their name is. Well, the lead singer of the Eagles of Death Metal has now been criticized because he's alluded to on several different occasions that he believes that the whole goddamn shooting was a setup. He believed that the security that they had hired were acting fishy. He's being ridiculed, and of course, people can't accept the fact that, hey, I mean, these dumbass bureaucrats brought the people into the country. What makes you think they can't coordinate them to make attacks in the country? All right? I'm telling you, folks, I think that this is all a precursor to put Europe in complete and total martial law. I mean, you notice how Europe is very docile as it relates to the incrementalism of totalitarianism. I mean, in my opinion, I think they're being very docile. I mean, they're just accepting, with all due respect to my friends from across the pond, y'all are just accepting the fact that, okay, look, all people need to accept the migrants into the country, and y'all just listen to your socialist bureaucrats. You allow these migrants into your country with love, and now they're dominating you. They're dominating you because you have been pussified, for a lack of a better term, due to socialism. You understand that? You thought that you had a civilized society under socialism, didn't you? Huh? Until the bureaucrats brought these goddamn migrants in, and now y'all have a serious problem. And you want to know why they brought them in? Why don't you look? Here's another movie. All right, since I've been talking about movies as of late, here's another movie that is a metaphor of what's going on in Europe at this point in time. Why don't you take a look at a movie called Demolition Man? Take a look at that movie with Sylvester Stallone, Sandra Bullock, and that Mexican guy. It's a great movie, first and foremost. It's about Los Angeles. I believe it's Los Angeles. After the great big earthquake happens and kills most of the population, and the population has to rebuild, they rebuild in some sort of futuristic, socialistic, happy-go-lucky, no crime, no violent kind of garbage, all right? Now, what happens is the leader of this ridiculous socialistic, no violence, happy-go-lucky, singing old jingles for music, really, really weird, futuristic society, is that for some reason the leader wants to bring in more totalitarianism on these people. So what he does is he brings back some old, and of course they have old criminals frozen in live state as punishment in this futuristic movie, but they unfreeze some ultra killer psychopathic lunatic, which is played by Wesley Snipes. The leader of Los Angeles purposely releases this maniac into the streets to completely terrify the people, all right? Oh, it's San Angeles. Thank you very much to President Bryan once again. He's always on the ball, this guy. San Angeles is what it's called in the future. Anyway, he unleashes this freaking maniac on San Angeles so that it could terrify the people so much that they will accept whatever totalitarian garbage that he's about to do. And I'm not going to get into the whole crux of the movie because then you're not going to see it. But that's basically what the movie's about, all right? And if you take a look at that movie, Demolition Man, that's exactly what the socialist bureaucrats have done to the Europe, all of Europe, the European Union. Every one of those European countries that have accepted migrants, you can look at that movie, Demolition Man. That is basically, that's you. That's what's happening to you. The only difference is that this is a futuristic, kind of a tongue-in-cheek type of movie. But to be honest with you, folks, that is what's happening to you. And you see, the people are so scared. They're so pussified. They don't know what to do. And you see, that's exactly what these bureaucrats want. They want you to be scared. They disarmed you. Why do you think they disarmed you? Why do you think here in America we're trying to say, you're going to try to take our guns? Well, come and take them. Come and take them. And they don't want to come and take them, folks. And we're not going to stop because we want to live free, all right? We want to live free. We want to live as capitalists. We want to be able to use our abilities, our own creativity, our own prowess to be able to carve out our own lives, for Christ's sake. We refuse to bow down to a bunch of bureaucrats who have no life experience. They produced absolutely nothing. They're nothing more than a bunch of rhetorical garbage. I mean, that's all politicians are. The majority of them have nothing more than law degrees or political science degrees, and then once they get out of college, they go right into the bureaucratic system. What kind of freaking experience is that when they talk about political experience? What is political experience? You're some paper-pushing bureaucrat? Get the hell out of here. Sick of that. I'm sick of hearing about political experience, for Christ's sake. These politicians don't even read the bills they sign, you idiots. And then you wonder why we have all these warped-ass, ridiculous laws, for Christ's sake. These morons don't even read the bills they sign. So, good God. I'm telling you this right now. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Anyway, folks, once again, I didn't mean to get off on that tirade, but if you want to see what's happening to Europe, or you want, for you Europeans especially, you want to know what's happening to you, take a look at Demolition Man. That's exactly what's happening to you. That's exactly what's happening to you. The movie of Demolition Man, that's exactly what's happening to Europe. Look at it. That's what's happening to you. Look at it, boy. It's what's happening to Europe. Look at it, boy. And maybe you'll learn something, since you people just do nothing but stare at the goddamn boob tube all day. Maybe you'll learn something. Maybe you'll learn something, Europeans. Good God, do something. Don't let your countries fall apart. I mean, good God. Do you see what socialism does to a people, folks, huh? Do you see what socialism does to a people? Take a look at what's happening to Europe. Look at how it's pussified Europe. Look at what it's doing to Venezuela. We cannot have socialism, God damn it. And all you socialist political romanticists, you need to take your heads out of your clogged up poop chutes and realize that socialism is crippling all over the world right before our very eyes, you morons. But of course, the majority of liberals are like a goddamn horse riding around in Central Park with those blinders on their eyes so they can block the horse's periphery. You're only supposed to see what they want you to see, and of course, you're obliging like some stupid, dumbass, tamed horse. So keep riding forward and keep believing the lie and keep being whipped by your masters, boy. Keep being whipped by your masters. You stupid, mindless idiots. Anyway, folks, I'm going to go ahead and take some Twitter shout-outs here, and to be honest with you, I am not looking forward to doing so. It might be even a short Twitter shout-out session, because I'm telling you, I'm not in the mood today to deal with whatever the hell happened yesterday, and once again, I want to say my apologies for what the hell happened yesterday, all right? I'm serious, my apologies. I mean, Jesus Christ. Anyway, folks, do we got any Twitter shout-outs here, engineer? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to some Twitter shout-outs right now. All right, we got regular TCA in the house. What's going on, man? We've got the Midnight Hatter in the house. We got Z Frost in the house. Z Frost Wire in the place. What's going on, man? How you doing? We got Dr. Nickinson. We've got Mark Montag in the place. We've got, I'm not saying that disgusting name. We bronies are viral. Ah, Jesus Christ. Look, all right. That's great. Y'all bronies are still around. I'm very proud of you. Grow up! Anyway, we've got that one Annan in the place. Trisexual, get the hell out of here. You know, now all of a sudden, you are going to start mimicking me because yesterday I talked about trisexuals, and that's what America's turned it into. There's no bisexuals. They're trisexuals. Everybody's trying anything. They're trying anything. Oh, look, there's a hole in this wall. Oh, look, there's a hole in this lamp. I mean, give me a freaking break. Anyway, I'm not saying that disgusting name. We got Ghoster Dawkins in the house. We've got Take a Shower Texas. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. You know, I almost canceled this damn show today, not just because of yesterday's episode and what you disgusting troll terrorists did, but because of the damn rain, man. It just keeps raining and raining and raining. This is serious business. All right, I'm not kidding around. I mean, you notice, folks, I keep talking about the goddamn rain. This is a very serious situation. These idiots think it's a big freaking joke. And I'm telling you, Harp, you dumbasses over there at Harp, man, you better cut the crap, boy. You better cut the goddamn crap. All right, or I'm gonna get an Orgon cannon, all right, and start directing it in the sky. All right, how you like that? I'm gonna make myself a big ass Orgon cannon and start, putting it up in the sky for Christ's sake, so I can combat this goddamn rain. You son of a bitch! Don't make me do it either, Harp. Don't make me do it. Yeah, I know about Orgon. All right. Anyway, folks, I'm sorry. The Brony Network in the house. What's going on the Brony Network? Veta Forum Wars is high. Hey, what's going on? We got Unplug Hawking. Yeah, no kidding. Unplug Hawking, for Christ's sake. If anybody believes that Hawking is really saying what he's saying, you're a complete moron. All right, this guy is a poor sack of human protoplasm that's being propped up by freaking machines. All right, and the institutionalist scientists at NASA and, you know, the people that want to believe that, or make people believe in space, they throw out this ridiculous hyperbole through Stephen Hawking so that people can believe that, oh, yeah, the universe and space and black holes and, oh, my God. And yet, I find it ironic, once again, that the guy that's supposed to know the most about the universe, the most about the stars and black holes and space, is the least likely candidate to be able to go up into a rocket and see if his own theories are valid. You know that? I mean, that's bureaucracy, man. That's bureaucracy. And I'm telling you, have y'all found the footage of when Stephen Hawking was actually talking right before they put the freaking talking box on him? Y'all hear him? And they had that ridiculous interpreter. I mean, the guy was like, and somewhere in there was like, oh, yes, you know, the black holes, you know, come in and, you know, quasars and, you know, the universe. Shut up. Shut up. And now all of a sudden, you know, they've typed into Stephen Hawking's, you know, voice box machine so he could criticize Trump. Oh, that's great. That's rich, isn't it? That's rich. Oh, yes, I don't like Donald Trump. I don't like him. I think he will cut my cord here. Gonna unplug my speech box. He's going to shut up. Jesus Christ. This guy's still alive, and yet Steve Jobs is gone, right? I guess it pays to keep your mouth shut, huh? Anyway, let's keep it going. We got Liquid Schwartz. What's going on? We've got Trump FEMA overseer. Shove it up your ass, all right? We've got Meme Highway in the house. I'm not going to say that disgusting name, for Christ's sake. Critical Sands in the house. Oh, here we go. Here's somebody with a Mao Zedong picture that with the name Capitalism is Sin, huh? Oh, well, I guess killing 80 million people isn't sinful at all, right? I guess, you know, Mao gets a pass on killing 80 million of his own people. Of his own damn people. I guess he gets a pass on that, doesn't he? Oh, you stupid, dumb leftist idiots. We got Exara Hawks in the place. What's going on? I'm not... Texas and Aqua. Texas and Aqua, you piece of crap. Just shove it up your ass, all right? I'm telling you, man. I'm not... I'm getting a little sick and tired of these stupid trolls. I'm going to be completely goddamn honest with you, all right? We've got Claylix in the house. Once again, if you want a Twitter shout-out, all you got to do is retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account at PoliticsGhost. The tweet you need to retweet is True Capitalist Radio Now Live, all right? We've got Elephants for Ghost. That's funny. Molested Farm Barn. Here we go with these, for Christ's sake. Lego Fan 421. Smoking Charlie. Look. We're not starting that again. I'm not going to let you people bring me down like you did yesterday, all right? I'm not all loaded up on beer like I was yesterday, so you people ain't going... You better stop going there. We've got Charlie and Fuego. Here we go. You sons of bitches. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Stop it. Anyway, we've got Dirk Pitt in the house. What's going on to Dirk Pitt? We've got fried rice with napalm. You son of a... Fried rice with napalm, you son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! Look, enough of this crap. Enough. I'm telling you and I'm warning you one last time. I'll end the show. I'm not joking. I'll end the damn show. Don't talk about Vietnam. Don't talk about Vietnam. Jesus Christ. Give me the mic. Give me that freaking mic, for Christ's sake. Don't start today. Don't you dare start today. Don't you dare start. Anyway, we've got Otto Octavius. I'm just going to take a few more Twitter shout-outs because these people are being a bunch of damn milky lickers, all right? I mean, I can already see it. They're being a bunch of goddamn milky-licking pieces of crap. Son of a bitch. Anyway, we've got Ghost Osama bin Laden. Yeah, real funny, for Christ's sake, all right? Rice bags for Ghost? You son of a bitch. Look, enough! Jesus Christ. True Meltdown Radio. Hey, look, asshole, all right? I already said I was sorry for yesterday's episode, all right? But as you can see, I get a little emotional, especially on Memorial Day, when you got a bunch of troll terrorists and cyber vermin that are out here trying to, desecrate the damn Vietnam War and veterans, for Christ's sake, man. All right, I got a little pissed off. All right, I got a little angry. All right, sorry. We got Atron Havoc. We've got Ghost Chi Min. You son of a... God damn it! I told you already, you sons of crap! No more about Vietnam! That's it. I'm done. I'm done with the freaking Twitter shout-outs. That's it. Get it off my screen, engineer. Damn it. Son of a bitch. I can't believe you. I mean, Ho Chi Minh was a son of a bitch. Do you understand that? Ho Chi Minh was a son of a bitch. Ho Chi Minh was a son of a bitch. And don't you ever forget it, boy. Don't you ever forget it. Give me the mic. Give me the gun. Give me the mic. Give me that freaking mic, for Christ's sake. That's it. I'm done with Twitter shout-outs, all right? All right, you ruined it, all right? You stupid dumbass trolls, you dumbass cyber vermin, you ruined it for everybody. You ruined it for everybody. Son of a bitch. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, look, I'm not drinking today, all right? I want you to know that, too, because, look, I mean, that yesterday's episode, look, I'm still considering to take it down. It's going to be the lost episode. I'm still contemplating on it. All right? I mean, I know I got to vote up on it and so on and so forth, but I'm considering. 277 may just come down. I'm considering it. But you see, folks, this is the internets, for Christ's sake, huh? I mean, give me a goddamn break. And speaking of the internets, folks, these trolls, they better get used to doing this because it's going to be gone here real soon. What did I tell you, dumbass trolls, huh? Your trolling days are numbered now, baby. Tech giants vowed to tackle bad speech within 24 hours, and right now they're implementing it across the EU, but they are trying to implement it throughout the world. And when they talk about tech giants, I'm talking Facebook, I'm talking Twitter, I'm talking the major social media sites. Whatever is bad speech, quote, hate speech, they are going to take you down within 24 hours. And that hate speech includes words directed against anyone over issues of race, color, religion, sex. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. They're going to try to stop your speech. They're doing it. They're doing it now, for Christ's sake. I'm telling you, this is what these Eurocrats are doing to the Europeans, and they're just accepting it, boy. They're just accepting it. They're not doing a damn thing about it. Now, don't get me wrong, my fellow brethren out there in Britannia, I mean, they're at least attempting to try to get this referendum vote to get these people out of the EU. I got to give them that much credit. But, I mean, what the hell's going on with the rest of the European Union states, all right? Y'all are being led around by the nose. And once again, here we go. Tech giants are vowing to tackle bad speech, quote-unquote hate speech. Huh? I mean, what if I decided, what if I was a dick? What if I wanted to be a troll, huh? What if I decided to take some of these garbage tweets that I'm seeing and just start saying, hey, all of it's hate speech. They're hating me. Take them down, please. They're hating me. All of a sudden, your troll days are going to come to an end, boy. And you want to know why they're going to come to an end, baby? Because you made it happen. Instead of partaking in the political process, instead of partaking in things like, for instance, right now, Operation Barrel Roll, you guys decided to go out and be a bunch of troll terrorist pieces of ball cheese licking crap. You understand that? Instead, you were trolling and laughing and doing absolutely nothing, accomplishing nothing, doing nothing. All you damn trolls do, in my personal opinion, is put your tail between your legs, seeing how you'd look in the mirror as a woman, because literally life has just made you its bitch, all right? Literally. I'm serious. I'm not joking. Life literally has just made you its bitch. So go ahead, prance around, all right? Put your tail between your legs, because that's the only gratification you'll ever be able to feel. Gratification in shame. Gratification in utter shame. That's the only thing that you'll ever take gratification in, because you're a loser. And the proof is how these damn totalitarian bureaucrats are taking control of Europe. Look at how they're taking control of Europe. Look at them. Once again, tech giants vow to tackle, quote, bad speech within 24 hours across the EU. It's coming to America, boy. It's coming to America. They're coming after our free speech, boy. What you going to do about it, huh? You going to sit there and continue to wax your carrot to goddamn cartoons? Huh? You going to continue to sit there and be, my little pony, my little pony. You going to continue to sit there and do that? Huh? Wait till the free speech starts taking that crap away from you, boy. Wait till they start charging you money for you stupid, sick-ass, twisted artists out there that are basically copyright infringing off of My Little Pony and every other comic book, for Christ's sake. Just wait till those goddamn copyright lawyers start coming after you, boy. And if you don't think it's coming, then sit there and wax your carrot. Sit there and keep waxing your carrot, just like you thought that free speech would never be infringed upon on the internet. Yeah, keep waxing your carrot, boy. You're stupid. You're idiots. That's why these damn totalitarian bureaucrats are taking your rights away from you, because they believe that you're morons. They believe that you don't deserve these rights. They believe that they should dictate to you what the hell you should be doing, what you should be thinking, what you should be eating. And by God, you are proving them right, unfortunately, boy. Because let me tell you, when I speak for the capitalists. I don't speak for the losers of society. I don't speak for those losers. I mean, in a capitalist society, people that just love being losers, they're doing that because they want to. They like being losers, all right? All right, now, I'm not saying that the people in third world nations that have no chance in hell are in the same predicament. I'm talking about these people in here in America that are bitching and moaning about everything being free, everything being handed to them on a silver platter, for Christ's sake. It's disgusting. It's utterly pathetic and disgusting. And I've said this time and time again, you stupid morons. Take a look at the basis of life. All right? The basis of life is that every living organism must kill and eat another living organism in order to survive and wake up the next day. I mean, that is the basis of this world, you stupid idiots. All right? And yet you somehow, because of the pussification of systematic bureaucracy, have made yourselves believe that you are entitled to free food, that you are entitled to free clothing, that you are entitled to free housing, that you're entitled to even live, for Christ's sake. I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, this is what I'm talking about right here, folks. This is it, all right? Go ahead and enjoy whatever last remaining freedoms that you have. Because let me tell you something, y'all are about to get it taken away. I speak for the capitalists, and that's who I speak for, all right? And I want whoever is in charge of this particular country to recognize the capitalist above the people that want to continue to be losers and dreads on society. I'm serious, folks. I mean, I think the capitalists are in their moral, ethical, and legal right to demand that these losers in society be separated completely from the rest of civil society. All right, I'm serious. I mean, once again, let's go back to the basis of life. The basis of life is that one has to kill and eat another living organism in order to survive and wake up the next day. And yet somehow, somewhere, each and every one of these idiots all across the westernized world think that they are entitled to everything from food, clothing, shelter, everything when they contribute absolutely nothing. And let me tell you, the majority of these people, the only thing they contribute is turning absolutely perfectly good food into shit. And the irony of it is that the shit that they take actually has a bigger contributing factor than their actual presence on this earth, because at least shit fertilizes the ground. All right? It spawns new life. What the hell do these people do besides eat life? All right? They're useless eaters, for Christ's sake. I mean, I'm serious, man. I speak for the capitalist. I speak for the worker. I speak for the taxpayer throughout the world, for Christ's sake. I speak for the people that want to utilize their own creativity, their abilities, their knowledge to be able to carve out their own lives, for Christ's sake. I raise my hand to those that are out there who want to be independent capitalists, for Christ's sake, and that's the point. We don't want to have some dictator or some bureaucrat dictating what we can do. That's what capitalism is all about. And that's why I'm saying, folks, that's why I'm saying I'm sick and tired of seeing you mindless idiots think that, the world owes you something. The world doesn't owe you a goddamn thing, all right? You're lucky you even wake up the next morning, you morons. You're not promised tomorrow. The future doesn't belong to anybody. And yet, all you stupid idiots wander through life thinking that, oh, you know what I want to do? I want to be a comic book writer, and I want to be an actor, and I want to be a singer, and I want to be a designer. Just ridiculous pipe dreams. Ridiculous pipe dreams, has no skills, has no creativity, has no ability to do, being an actor, or a musician, or has no ability, and yet expects, the freaking God fairy, all right, the God fairy to wave a goddamn wand and say, oh, you are now a rock star, oh, you are now a comic book star. I mean, get the hell out of here. Oh, my God. That's why I really don't feel sorry for anybody who claims to be poor in America. I don't. I'm sorry. I feel sorry for people that are working and that don't collect entitlements and that still have to pay for their own food, that are barely struggling and surviving paycheck to paycheck. That's who I feel sorry for. I don't feel sorry for the so-called poor in America. If you're the so-called poor in America, you're the ones collecting the goddamn government entitlements. You useless piece of trash. You're the ones out here shitting out children that you know you cannot take care of, but you know will get you more tax benefits, that you know will get you more entitlements, for Christ's sake. Give me a break. I'm telling you, man, it makes me sick. But hey, keep thinking this political romantic feeling in your pants, you idiots, all right? Obama's bringing in more and more wild Yehudis and migrants from the Middle East. And let's go ahead and go into the next subject matter on that. Have you heard the latest superbug that's hitting the Middle East, for Christ's sake? Some flesh-eating superbug that they can't stop, that's eating the faces and just eating the flesh of people that are in the Middle East, for Christ's sake. The whole damn scourge of this is started by sandflies, all right? And now you've got Obama, who doesn't even want to vet these people, even as it relates to their health, all right? Doesn't even want to check them for any kind of health-related problems. He's already bringing in wild Jehudis with STDs and HIV. I mean, this is documented fact, folks. Now we've got this goddamn flesh-eating disease out there in the Middle East, and you got Obama continuously bringing in these wild Jehudis. He's already brought in over 500 plus in May alone, for Christ's sake, and you people don't even know it. I mean, we're having TB outbreaks out in certain areas where they're accepting these goddamn immigrants. We have a measles outbreak in another part of the country, for Christ's sake. I mean, they're bringing in these wild Jehudis, and they're the ones creating these superbugs. They're the ones that are creating these antibiotic-resistant infections. They're the ones importing it into the country. This is leftism. This is socialism. This is the bureaucracy. And this is what that's got to stop, and that's what makes Donald Trump's presidency so goddamn important. That's what makes it so goddamn important. And that's why I'm calling on each and every one of you once again. And let me tell you, I am going to retweet some of the people. I'm going to tweet somebody who's already partaking in the Operation Barrel Roll operations. I want to thank regular TCA. He just opened up his Bernie Army account, has already got 392 followers, hasn't even really done much. And let me tell you, that's how easy it is to get these idiots, these morons, these political romantic nimrods to follow you, for Christ's sake. They're all about group dynamic. I'm telling you, they're all about group dynamic. And that's what we got to do. We got to control the group dynamic. We got to just give out propaganda, give out news articles that bash the Democratic Party, that bash the Democratic establishment, that bash Hillary Clinton, that bash Joe Biden, so that these damn Democrats start eating each other. Woo! Operation Barrel Roll, baby. Go out and get yourself a Bernie Army social media account and go incognito, double agent style, if you're a part of the Trump train or the capitalist army, and go out and bash the Democratic establishment, bash Hillary Clinton, boy. All right? Control the narrative of these stupid little Bernie idiots. They're idiots. They're morons. I'm telling you, they're morons. Anyway, folks, I want to go ahead and move on to the next subject matter. I was talking a little bit about this flesh-eating bug that's sweeping the Middle East. And, of course, you got Barack Obama bringing more and more of these wild Jehudis over in from the damn flesh-eating areas of the Middle East, for Christ's sake. And I have alluded to here earlier that we're having all kinds of outbreaks because of these refugees, and Obama continues to bring them in. He's trying to do the same thing these Eurocrats are doing in the EU, for Christ's sake. And it's pathetic. It's utterly pathetic. It's utterly pathetic, and it needs to stop. And I think that you folks need to start calling your local congressman and saying, hey, how the hell did you vote for this omnibus bill and give the president not only the authority but the money to bring in these wild Jehudis into our goddamn country to infect us with whatever goddamn diseases that they have, huh? How you like that? And moreover, once they get tired and want to get a la snack bar going on, they're going to start blowing themselves up, for Christ's sake, so that this damn government can justify martial law. And they're the ones that caused the problem. They're the ones that brought these people in, man. They're the ones that brought these people in. Jesus Christ. When the hell are you idiots going to learn, boy? When the hell are you stupid morons going to learn anything? Jesus Christ. Wake up. Wake up, you cowlick-looking pieces of nipple clamp-loving, butt-plug-up-the-ass-looking, cauliflower cock-having, foreskin muzzle-loving, milky liquor, cuckold connoisseur, stupid chicken-eating cornblood trash. Learn something. Wake up, you stupid moron. Slap yourself in your stupid, dumb, ugly face. Slap yourself upside your stupid, dumb, ugly, fat, disgusting, filthy face. Slap your face. Slap your damn fat, ugly, pimpled face. Slap your face. Jesus Christ. Anyway, folks, let me move on to the next subject matter, folks, all right? North Korea, oh, man, here we go again with Kim Jong-un, okay? I mean, this fat, cheese-eating, diabetic idiot. Once again, he got whatever was remaining left in the freaking firework factory, all the gunpowder he had left. He decided to put it in some stupid, pathetic excuse for a rocket, decides to launch it, puts Japan and South Korea on, high alert, and it was a major fail once again. Woo! I'm telling you, that's why nobody's paying attention to North Korea. No one's paying attention to North Korea because they are ridiculous. They don't have enough goddamn money within their stupid pissing ground of an economy to, construct a freaking ballistic missile that can deliver some kind of warhead properly. I mean, he barely has enough money to feed his freaking goddamn people. I mean, 3 or 4 weeks ago, he was talking about, people, you need to get ready for famine. He was preparing his people for famine, for Christ's sake. So once again, I don't know if y'all saw this, North Korea decides that it wants to go take whatever gunpowder it has left in its goddamn firework factory, put it in some makeshift missile, all right, decides to launch it, major fail once again, all right? And I've said this time and time again, the reason they're doing this is because they want to get paid, they want money, all right? And this has a lot to do with Bill Clinton. I mean, Bill Clinton was the one that caused this whole situation with North Korea. We were the ones that promised to pay these idiots back in 1994 under the Joint Framework Agreement between Secretary Madeleine Albright, who negotiated the deal, with Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-il's father. And this is basically the remnants of that Joint Framework Agreement, folks. I mean, this goes back to Bill Clinton once again. Haven't you noticed this? I mean, everything Bill Clinton passed back in the day, it seems to be lingering on and causing problems even in 2016. And on a side note, folks, did you see or did you hear about what North Korea's state-run media said about Trump? That the American people should consider voting for a man like Donald Trump. I'm serious. I mean, what the hell? Now all of a sudden you got North Korea trying to campaign for Donald Trump, for Christ's sake. I just heard that like earlier this morning. Hey, asshole, fat-ass Kim Jong-un, we don't need your goddamn endorsement, you fat piece of trash. Go choke on some Swiss cheese, you bastard. I hope he gets some goddamn moldy cheese and it gets in his gut and it molds the hell out of his goddamn intestine, you piece of crap. Trying to freaking brace Donald Trump. Get out of here, Kim Jong-un, you dumb moron. You stupid idiot. Anyway, let's move on, for Christ's sake. I don't want to give too much airtime to Kim Jong-un, some fat, despotic idiot. Last but not least, folks, I read this out of the Seattle Times today, which is ironic because the Seattle Times, putting out this piece on Brexit. That's right, the referendum for the Britons from Britannia to leave the EU. It's happening this June, and the closer and closer the Brexit vote gets, folks, the more and more fear that the Eurocrats are putting forth to the people. Now, I read this article in the Seattle Times, folks, and this is an American publication. Why they were publicizing this in America, I have no idea. But I read the article as a veiled threat, suggesting that the Eurocrats and the banks are going to freeze small business lending if a Brexit exit is voted, or if Brexit is voted, excuse me. If Britain leaves the EU, the central banks are threatening to freeze credit to small businesses. Now, small businesses, folks, from what I've read, make up more than half of the jobs in Britannia. Now, this veiled threat of suggesting that if Brexit is voted into reality and that the central banks and the banking system will freeze small business lending, this is the beginning of the economic warfare that I was alluding to when I started talking about this subject matter. All right? Now, moreover, Boris Johnson and, the guys that are for Brexit are basically saying, hey, if we get out of the EU, we can get rid of the VAT, the VAT tax that's on energy bills across Britannia. This is a 15% plus tax that was enforced by the European Union, and if Brexit does become a reality, that tax is completely wiped out because that's an EU tax, for Christ's sake. Once again, at least there'll be some residuals, because there is a certain level of uncertainty on what's going to happen if Brexit is voted in. There's a certain level of uncertainty, because remember, Britannia is highly integrated and dependent upon this newly formed European Union system. And these bureaucrats, or these Eurocrats, as the Europeans like to call them, are not going to let you go out lightly. They're going to make a point. They're going to use you as an opportunity to make a lesson out of every one of the other EU members that want to have some kind of referendum vote again. So I believe that if the Brexit vote gets closer and closer, that the organizers and the political parties in back of the Brexit vote need to consider some level of economic contingency if the Brexit vote is passed, and what to do when these damn Eurocrats and their internal central banker buddies decide to punish the Britons and the English for voting for Brexit by, and this is just one case of economic warfare, freezing small business loans right after the vote. And, of course, they've talked about other things. They've talked about, they're going to crash the market, all right? I mean, we've alluded to that when these memos and these unearthed memos from David Cameron were unearthed, that there was never a negotiation with the EU. He always wanted to stay in the EU to begin with. He was campaigning against Brexit going into the goddamn negotiation. So once again, there's going to be a certain level of uncertainty, but I think that the leaders of the Brexit need to figure out an economic contingency plan so that, if any kind of economic recourse happens to Britannia, it'll be very temporary, and it will be a little blip of a growing pain as opposed to a long systemic depressionary type problem. And I do believe that with the right economic footing and the right economic platform and the right economic system, less bureaucracy, more private enterprise, I believe that, Britannia could bounce back within a year and a half tops, even with the goddamn economic forces from the Eurocrats trying to enforce some sort of economic warfare. All right, y'all are independent. I mean, this is literally a fight for British independence once again. And once again, I think regardless of the vote, I've been reading articles. I think that Dave Cameron is finished. He's over. He's finished. He's gone, baby. Anyway, folks, I'm going to go ahead and go right to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast, because let me tell you, I have a feeling these idiots are going to make me turn off this goddamn show early. And let me tell you, I'm not going to do a third hour either as it relates to this show. I mean, it's raining like hell out here in Austin, Texas, all over Texas, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, we got torrential flood rain, for Christ's sake. I mean, we got hail, lightning, thunder, for Christ's sake. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, Harp. Enough. You freaking bookworm bastards. Enough of it. We've had enough damn rain, for Christ's sake, man. You know that the dams and the reservoirs are already spilling over all over Texas, for Christ's sake, man. This is not funny. This is a very serious problem that we're having out here in Texas, and it needs to stop. So that's probably the reason why I am not going to have a third hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, because it's just getting too ridiculous out here. And I'm not going to be caught in the middle of freaking, when it's hailing apples, for Christ's sake. I'm not going to get caught in the middle of that crap, all right? Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and get started with Radio Graffiti right now. That's right, folks. It's Radio Graffiti time. And if you don't know by now, Jesus Christ, especially after yesterday's show, this is the part of the broadcast where the spectators become a part of the spectacle. All one has to do is give me a call right now at 516-453-9903. And when I call on your area code or on your Skype name, you have exactly 3 to 4 seconds to say whatever it is that's on your mind, for Christ's sake. Just don't be a Helen Keller deaf mute. Don't be a goddamn milky-licking piece of trash. Say something worth the crap or do something worth the crap. You understand that, boy? You understand that, boy? And, of course, if you have called up, all right, and if you haven't already done so, please press the number 1 so that I know that you want to be called on for Radio Goddamn Graffiti, Milky Lickers, all right, boy? And if you haven't already done so, all right? All right? Anyway, let's see who else we got here. We're going to go to Radio Graffiti. We're going to go, I don't know, should we go from the bottom or the top, engineer? All right, we'll start from the bottom up, all right? How you like a little bit of that, all right? 775, Radio Graffiti.
Shut the fuck up, Mater. God damn it.
Are you hitting your little brother? What the hell? Oh, he hung up. Oh, come on. We were hearing two little brothers fight right there, for Christ's sake. Anyway, 479, Radio Graffiti.
I'm glad my granny is dead. I'm glad.
Shut up. Don't talk about my granny, asshole. Don't do it. 909, Radio Graffiti.
And now, he'll take it from here, your host, the crap out of 1,000 voices, the little scoundrel they call...
You little son of a bitch. I'm telling you, stop messing around with my intro, man. Y'all are pissing me off with that troll. That's the best intro in radio today. Don't mess with it, boy. Don't mess with it. Son of a bitch. You don't know how to appreciate a goddamn thing. Any one of you stupid scumbags. 813, Radio Graffiti. To feel about that. That sounds a little bit of Philip Glass-esque. You know what I mean? A little bit of dissonance with a little bit of, nice sounding music and a little bit of Philip Glass there. That was a little weird. How about 513, Radio Graffiti?
Oh, don't dedicate. If you're going down, I want to go down on you too, baby doll.
Oh, Jesus Christ, you fruit bowl. You probably got a fruit name like Ronaldo or something. How about 712, Radio Graffiti?
Hey, Ghost, did you hear that the gorilla was actually, that got shot, was tied up with ISIS?
The who?
The gorilla that got shot at the Cincinnati Zoo was actually tied up with ISIS, was part of the alarm.
Now, shut up, all right? Shut up. I'm telling you, you people, especially with this gorilla nonsense. Look, all right? The gorilla is a wild animal. It had a kid in its hands. It should be shot. But first of all, let me paraphrase that first, or let me preamble that first with this.
Sarah figured out that by switching to Metro PCS, she gets 2 free smartphones.
Your barbecue ribs are the best.
Take the rest home with you, Sarah.
Just like she figured out that by visiting her in-laws, she doesn't have to cook for the rest of the week. You too figure it out. Get 2 free 4G LTE smartphones from top brands like Samsung and LG after instant rebate when you switch. Metro PCS. Wireless. Figure it out. Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included. See store or metropcs.com for details and terms and conditions.
I don't believe in zoos, all right? I think zoos are the biggest form of animal cruelty in history. You know, I mean, in my personal opinion. It's just another pompous way of liberal-minded idiots being able to think they can control everything and nature, all right? I mean, I do not take any amusement going to a zoo and seeing some locked-up cage animal look depressed and wishing it could off itself. It's just not smart enough to do so, all right? So once again, folks, I mean, I felt bad for the gorilla because, you know, they're not necessarily the most, you know, populated animal on the planet at this point in time. But at the same time, you know, this stupid idiot parent that was watching this brat wasn't doing a good job. And if anything, there should be some, you know, civil recourse as it relates to some monetary loss that was lost by someone in that gorilla on these parents. It's the parents' fault. But I am against zoos. I think they're ridiculous. They need to be all closed down. The majority of zoos, be honest with you, are being funded by municipal money, by tax money. They should all be closed down, all right? And every animal that is in a zoo should be, you know, put into a refuge that is, you know, if not their habitat, close to their habitat. They should have free roam, at least in a large, humongous-sized area that's fenced in if you are trying to protect the animal. But, you know, putting them in a goddamn cage and locking them up, for Christ's sake, I mean, it's just cruelty, man. It's just cruelty. You're either gonna preserve them in a refuge so they can at least feel like they're in their own habitat, or you're gonna kill them and eat them. All right, do one or the other, or just leave them alone. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's move on, folks. Sorry about that. I didn't even want to talk about that stupid subject, but you know how the freaking mainstream media likes to shove everything down our faces. Area code 309, Radio Graffiti.
Happy Taco Tuesday, Ghost, and I'd like to give a shout-out to the Teutonic Plague, man.
Hey, thank you very much. It's Jimmy Capitalist, and that's right, it's Taco Tuesday. That's right, man. Memorial Day kind of threw me off. I forgot it was an old Taco Tuesday up in this joint. How about 501, Radio Graffiti?
Hey, Ghost, I was just calling to say a quick tax tip to some of those people out there. If you are going to buy something, you can take out a home equity loan, and you can write off all the interest on that and use it for other stuff with like an automobile where the interest rate's going to be a lot higher. Save you a lot of money if you know how to do your taxes. Also, wish me luck on buying a house.
Well, good luck on buying a house, and be careful on using those types of manipulative type of tax loopholes, especially on your personal income tax. All right? I'm serious. Do not, you better know what you're doing. You better have read the tax code because, folks, there are parts of the tax code. There's a paragraph on one page that'll make you believe that you can write off a certain write-off, right? And then there's another write-off on the other page that suggests you could write that off, but if you look at the fine print in that write-off, it says if you take the first write-off that was on the previous page that you took off, that you can't take off this write-off, and if you do take off this write-off, you got to take off the last write-off that you wrote off to so that you, do you understand? This is why you need accountants and all this crap. So be careful with that. Be careful. I do believe tax planning is an element to sustaining wealth. Don't get me wrong, all right? All right, but when it comes to your personal income tax, be careful, folks. Now, when it comes to your business, I wouldn't say be careful because, let me tell you, just be recordable. Make sure everything's documented. Everything that you do is documented, and any kind of write-off that you take, you need to justify it. And as long as you can justify it, there's nothing they can do to you. All right, even if they audit you in your business, it's not a big deal. Look at Donald Trump. They audit him all the time, for Christ's sake. Why? Because Donald Trump is probably trying to take every goddamn deduction he can, and he's paying an army of lawyers and tax attorneys and accountants to do it. So be careful with that. I'm just saying, I don't want you to, the last people that you want to mess with is the IRS. They'll just start coming up into your house and acting like they own the place, all right, if you mess up on your goddamn taxes, your personal income. I'm not joking. I've seen it done, for Christ's sake. They'll crawl up your ass with a freaking microscope. They'll go back 10 years. I mean, do you even remember what the hell you did 2 years ago, for Christ's sake? They'll go back 10 years, for Christ's sake. Bean counting your goddamn life. They'll go back and look at your goddamn records. It's pathetic. It's disgusting. So be careful with that crap. That's all I'm saying. Be careful. We got area code 469, Radio Graffiti. Oh, Jesus Christ. Get a better phone. You're old treble, for Christ's sake. How about 630, Radio Graffiti?
This is why I hate the trolls. This is why I'm an ex-troll since I stopped trolling.
Hey, what's going on, Mass Pony? How you doing, man? Did you hear the episode yesterday?
Yeah, I'm disgusted at what happened yesterday. I was on the queue or whatever, and I heard everything that was happening. That's just disgusting.
I can't believe it. I mean, what's going on with these people?
I don't know, but I think they do it for the lulz or because you don't follow the motto, don't feed the trolls, which if you feed them, they keep coming.
Oh, so I'm feeding the trolls in your intellectual wisdom?
Yeah, what happened was I used to troll on, I believe that ripoff of yours, True Equestria Radio, with making fun of this co-host, his Nana, due to his supposed mother calling in. And after, a caller by the name of Kate Johnson spliced me, I stopped trolling.
Oh, man, that's horrible. That's horrible. Hold on. Stay there, Mass Pony. I really appreciate you calling in. I really appreciate the kind words. I mean, I'm serious. These people they're just jerks. They're just utter jerks, for Christ's sake. Hey, 714 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, what's up, Ghost? It's B Frostwire. Happy Taco Tuesday, and stay safe out there in those Texas storms, man. Like you, the engineer, and everyone else who lives out in Texas. Stay safe in those storms.
Hey, thanks a lot there, Z Frostwire. Really appreciate it, and really glad that you follow me, and I appreciate all the positive commentary, man. How about area code 610, Radio Graffiti?
You know that most of your calls are autistic, right?
Most of the calls are autistic. What the hell does that mean?
Well, I mean, most of your serious faggots here are mostly autistic. Do you notice that? Do you pick up on that fact?
What's wrong with them being autistic? What's wrong with being autistic? They could think. They could articulate.
I mean, sure they can articulate, but it's just interesting to think that most of your callers are autistic. It's just interesting to say.
You sound like a little half-a-tard yourself, all right? Who the hell are you talking to about calling people autistic, all right? You stupid son of a bitch. Sit there and shut up, all right? Just sit there and shut your stupid face. Can you believe these idiots? Give me a freaking break. Area code 732, Radio Graffiti.
So what's up, Ghost? This is Little J. I'm leaving my Wendy's shift right now. I just want to let you know, happy Taco Tuesday, and just block out all those haters, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I appreciate it, man. And, I love the 4 for 4 out there, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what's dominating them in the damn fast food market, man. They're beating the hell out of freaking McDonald's and Jack and the Crack and all them. So congrats. Hopefully they give you overtime, man. I don't know if they do that anymore, man, but I know that the fast food joints back before Obama, they were great for overtime, great for, getting a decent paycheck for those that are just starting off in the workforce. So much props to you and good luck. 973, Radio Graffiti.
Hello?
Oh, Jesus, what the hell is that about, for Christ's sake? Thai Fruit Dragon, Radio Graffiti. Quasars, black holes. Hey, look, first of all, I was doing that in reference to Stephen Hawking. And secondly, stop making me sound like half a tard, all right? Jesus Christ. 269 Radio Graffiti.
It's storming again in Texas. Woo!
And you've got the fruitiest voice I've ever heard in my life. How old are you?
69.
Oh, no, seriously, how old are you? Were you raised by a single mother?
Just like your father?
Yeah, you're raised by a single mother, huh? You're raised by a single mother, aren't you, boy?
I mean, I wasn't personally, but you seem to be...
Yeah, right. Give me a freaking break, man. I mean, you just sound like you popped out of the anal passage of Twigglypuff, for Christ's sake. Get the hell out of here, you fat, disgusting fat femme. You sound like a fat femme. I hate fat femmes. You know what I mean? There's nothing worse than seeing a fat femme. Sick of them. I'm sick of hearing them. I'm sick of looking at them. They're all over the place out here in Austin. These fucking fat femmes out here. I don't believe in them. I think it's an act. I think it's a put on, for Christ's sake. I do not believe in fat fucking femmes. I don't believe in it. I'm sorry. If you're a fat femme, why don't you just act like a man instead of acting like you're, some little delicate twink or something? All right? You're a fat, disgusting femme. You're fat. You're ugly. You probably stink. You smell. You're fat. Stop thinking you're some kind of feminine quality bastard. You're a fat femme. Anyway, we got Blue Waffle, Radio Graffiti. I'm a trisexual. I try anything. Oh, look, I'm going to hump this lamp. Oh, yeah. Look, here, let me screw this couch. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at this crack on the bed. Let me screw that. You know, you guys are sons of bitches, man, all right? I was just saying that to prove a point, for Christ's sake. Now you're trying to make me sound like some kind of sick-ass pervert. Son of a bitch. Madden's 2015, Radio Graffiti.
Yours truly has been drinking.
Jesus Christ. I have no idea what the hell that was. How about Slave Lover, Radio Graffiti?
Ho Chi Minh was the son of a bitch. Ho Chi Minh was the son of a bitch. Ho Chi Minh was the son of a bitch. Ho Chi Minh was the son of a bitch. Ho Chi Minh was the son of a bitch.
God damn it. What did I tell you? What did I tell all of you, man? Enough! I don't want to hear about Vietnam! Jesus Christ, yeah. That's enough, all right? That's enough! Jeez, I'm glad. I'm glad there's only 8 minutes left in this goddamn show. I'm not doing a third hour. Go screw yourselves. I'm not gonna go outside and walk in the rain for you disgusting troll terrorists and cyber vermin. I'm not gonna do it, boy. I ain't gonna do it. Give me the mic. Give me that freaking mic, boy. Enough. Jesus Christ. You see what you got to put up with, folks, huh? Jesus Christ. College liberal, Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, this is my first time listening to your show today, and I wanted to thank you and thank the Bernie Army for everything that you're doing. I hate Hillary Clinton, and I hate the Democratic establishment. And thank you from a Bernie supporter for doing everything that we have been trying to do. You're helping our cause. I think you guys are great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm glad we're doing it because you don't have a chance in hell. You know what I'm saying? You do not have a chance in hell. No one wants a goddamn socialist, all right? So, I mean, we're just trying to make you guys cancel each other's votes out and disenchant the whole Democratic Party so you don't even show up to the polls. All right, and it's working, and I'm telling you right now, we're having the left eat each other. Why in the hell do you think that there were some damn animal rights activists that tried to storm the goddamn stage of a Bernie Sanders rally? We got the left eating each other! Operation Barrel Roll, baby. We got the left eating each other. Woo! And I'm proud that I have a small contributing factor in doing that, baby. How about Templeton Sanders, Radio Graffiti?
Show us your penis.
Show us your penis.
Show us your penis.
Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. Boot 073, Radio Graffiti.
And now, the national anthem, presented by the man they call Ghost.
Kayak, Bruce. Son of a bitch, get that Ruski goddamn national anthem off my show. You got that Soviet Union Ruski-loving piece of Joseph Stalin foreskin-sucking piece of crap? Jesus Christ. Baseball Doctor, Radio Graffiti. Stop being fucking there! The veterans are dead. Oh, oops! Oops! No, don't go there, you sorry sack of crap. Don't go there. I'll tell you right now, you wouldn't say that in front of a bunch of vets. You'd get your ass kicked into dog meat, boy. Ian Brandon something, Radio Graffiti.
My name is not Ian Brandon something. I am Christian Weston Chandler. So get it through your damn fucking skull and call me the real name that I've got that's been given to me. And up there at Regency Square Shopping Center during 1989.
Just shut up, all right? Somebody give this idiot a tuna fish or something. 469, Radio Graffiti.
Freaking mind, for Christ's sake. That's enough, all right? That's enough of this crap. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough of being fucking there. Anyway, let me get back to you. You see what you're making me do?
Stop making me sound like a cartoon, you sick... Son of a bitch. I'm just taking a couple more callers and I'm getting the hell out of here, all right? You guys are scumbags, all right? Maybe I'll come back tomorrow, scumbags. Maybe. A real black guy, Radio Graffiti.
Tonight, two titans of wrestling battle it out in one of the most anticipated matches of this season. Stephen Hawking, the undisputed king of the cosmos, will fight Ghost, a disabled radio host from Austin, Texas. Don't be fooled by his short stature. This man can shout extremely loud.
That's right.
Two men enter, one man leaves. Who will emerge victorious? Whose nurse will hold up the belt in victory? Find out tonight on the WWE Paralyzed Panic.
That's it. 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 Stick a fork in me. I'm done. 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 I'm done today, all right? I'm done for this goddamn Taco Tuesday. I'm done for this damn Taco Tuesday. That's it. I'm done. I'm done with the show, all right? I'm done with the show right now. That's it. I'm not letting you idiots harsh my mellow for this Taco Tuesday. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So give me the mic. Give me the mic. That freaking mic, for Christ's sake. Let me tell you something, you scumbags. I am not doing this anymore today. Do you understand this? And you'll be lucky if I come back tomorrow, all right? You're lucky I even do this show anymore, you scumbags. You understand this, right, huh? Scumbags, I do this every day. Every day, man. 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm here every Monday through Friday. And do you care? Do you give two rats' asses, huh? Do you care, for Christ's sake? No, you could care less. As long as you sit there and fan your balls while you're out there doing your troll terrorism and your cyber vermin tactics, that's all your stupid loser, insignificant life cares about. That's all you care about. Jesus Christ. I'm getting the hell out of here, folks, all right? I mean, do you see what I got to put up with, folks? Huh? Do you see what I got to put up with? All I'm trying to do is spark synapses of capitalists throughout the world. I'm trying to get Donald Trump elected president, for Christ's sake. And this is what I have to take. This is what I have to take, for Christ's sake. Good God. Anyway, folks, follow me on Twitter if you haven't already done so, all right? Politics Ghost is the name to follow, goddammit. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. And if you haven't already done so, please bookmark the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. It is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. All right, folks, look, I'll be here tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Spread it around, for Christ's sake. But by God, participate in Operation Barrel Roll. Get those incognito, double agent Bernie Army social media accounts and bash the Democrats. Bash Hillary Rodham Clinton. Bash Joe Biden, for Christ's sake. We want these leftists to eat each other. So join Operation Barrel Roll. Join Operation Barrel Roll. Join Operation Barrel.
Hey, I'm a helpful Southern California Honda dealer. You might know us from our Random Acts of Helpfulness. Recently, we gave a veteran a brand new 50cc scooter to help him get to his appointments at the VA hospital. And we can help you get around too, with a great deal on a reliable, award-winning Honda, like the 2016 Accord LX, a 2016 IIHS top safety pick with a built-in rear-view camera. Click the dealer locator link to find a dealer near you, and go to SoCalHondaDealers.com to suggest a random act of helpfulness for someone you know.
O'Reilly. Restore your vehicle's lost power by cleaning your entire fuel system with Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner. Right now, buy one bottle, get one free at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Keep your engine clean and improve performance with Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner. Buy one, get one free at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limit supply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.